wrote these songs. I took some chances. I wasn't worried if anyone was going to love it or like it or what, but people actually came, and they came out, and there was no cover charge at therapy. So now we've stepped it up. I have two wonderful producers, Natalie and Nicole, and N&N Productions we are like going forward with Sass, Rack, and Here She Is, I'm In. And I'm not only going to tell a little bit of a story about, I'm not going to bore you to tears with, and then when I was, but when I was here and when I'm here and so, and I have a lot of things that I forgot about. You know how years go by and you forget? Oh my God, that happened.
How did you know you wanted to be an actress? Like, what made you decide to go into show business?
Well,
why Broadway show business?
Why not LA actor? That's the thing now. I always say to people, if you want to be in show business, go to LA and become an actor. Start there, because Broadway has changed so much. I would never say that 20 years ago. Well, I started to dance. As I said, my mother was my teacher in Pittsburgh, Rosaline, and that was like my babysitter. That's where I spent most of my day. It was at dance school. After school, I also played basketball. I liked athletics.
Did you always love to dance?
I loved to dance.
I
hated ballet. Can you tell? That you can tell as well. Every time I put my arm up, that's supposed to be my leg. Just so you know, it's a little pretend. Oh, that'll be there. And every time I don't kick my left leg, it's because I can't. So that's what happens when you don't take enough ballet class. So I never loved, because I had this ballet is very tall and lean, and I had this athletic build that was like a gymnast.
Right.
So I never really fit into that world. So maybe that's why I shied away from it.
So this is why did you know that you wanted to be on Broadway?
I knew I wanted to be a dancer. I didn't care where. I worked for Don Baraka Productions in Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh, and I did shows when I was 15, 16 at the Marriott, those little dinner theater, anything, any job. I did the Pittsburgh Civic Light Opera as a kid. But then I wasn't one of those kids, like, I quit the mini stars because I didn't like it, and nobody quits the mini stars, like all of that kind of stuff. My mom was like, okay, if you want to be on Broadway or you want to do musicals, you have to learn to sing.
Right.
So at 14, I went to my first singing lesson. And really the rest is history. At 17, it's funny because I just did a reading of Flashdance this last week. That they're potentially, hopefully, who knows if I'll be a part of it, but I am a part of it.
I hope you will be.
I'm a part of the beginning. And being a part of the beginning of something is sometimes more, for me it's more important. Like I have been a part of original Broadway shows that some have been big flops and some have been wonderful, but it's being a part of the creative process that I love. So in going back to when I was a kid, I saw my mom had two students. One was in a chorus line, one was in 42nd Street when I was 10. That's when I saw my first Broadway show, a chorus line. I mean, how crazy is that?
That's a great show, yeah.
Great. And then when I was 14, we were in Atlantic City, and I saw Liza Minnelli. And that did it. She did Ring Them Bells on a stool, on a director's chair, and she didn't move a muscle, and she told a story all in her eyes, and I was fascinated. And that was it. From then on, that's when I started to learn everything, not Mine Hair, but I learned Maybe This Time. And I sang it for years. It was like the only song I knew.
Cabaret, you love Cabaret, yeah.
I loved anything Liza touched. So that's why Fosse is so meaningful to me, because I got to do those great numbers that were Liza Minnelli numbers. So in all of this being said, it's like... my mom...
You were really great in Fosse, by the way.
So sweet.
No, that was one of my first things that I was really touched by your performance.
Thank you.
You were brilliant in that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I didn't start off a Fosse dancer. I was in 3 numbers in the ensemble. For some reason, Gwen Verdon gave me a shot.
That's incredible.
It is. And
what was she like?
She took my breath away. She would do one simple move, one simple wrist. I mean, she literally went down walked down the aisle the one day when we were doing Big Spender, and she did every girl's line. Yeah. Honey, you got a cigarette for me? Ooh, you're so tall. Let's have some fun. I mean, I was like this. I just wanted to I wanted to have a recorder and say, do it again, and I want to just do it every time like Gwen Verdon. She was brilliant. She was an actress that could dance and sing, and she was really something.
So Liza and Gwen Vernon were the people that made you.
Liza first. I didn't
Right.
meet Gwen until much later in my life, but definitely Liza. Tina Turner. That's why all of this through my life, I do a tribute, and it's Anne Margaret, Tina Turner, Anne Ranking,
yeah.
Liza, and my mom. I think of the
Are you doing a
strength
Liza
of her.
Minnelli? Are you going to do a song that Liza sang in the show?
I am. I'm going to do Mine Hair.
Oh,
Yes,
fantastic.
and I Gotcha.
Really?
Yes,
That's a
if
great
I can
number.
still do it, I'm doing it.
That's great.
So that's kind of it. I'm in the Poisson Rouge January 22nd and 23rd.
So people
and-
from Corine's Corner have to go buy tickets right
I
now.
hope so, right now.
Right, they got to go buy right now. It's going to be up and it's soon.
Come and sass it up. Let's do it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.